Okay, so this is the story of how I became very selective with who I loan my books out to, because while filming my American Girl book collection, which I literally just finished filming, I had to calm myself down before I became absolutely enraged. So we're going to talk about it because I filmed a test video about talking about books, and I told this story, but I don't think I'm gonna keep that actual video. So yeah, we're just making little book story videos because I feel like almost every book in my collection has a story that I'm going to tell you. So I got Isabel at the American Girl store, and it was my second trip there on a spring break. The previous trip my parents had taken me a few years prior as like a gift from some relatives. And I hadn't bought a doll because it would be too much, and I only had a certain amount of money to spend. I didn't know how much I had, they wouldn't tell me. So I just mostly bought books on that trip. But a few years later, my grandparents took me and I got Isabel, and there are some older videos somewhere in the depths of my channel about me directly after getting Isabel. But yeah, this is Isabel's book, but this isn't the book that came with my Isabel. And here's why. So, I was a high schooler. I was about to be 15 because I was 14 at the time of the story. And everyone in my special ed class knew, because I was a special ed kid, that I liked American Girl. I liked American Girl and Scooby Doo and Disney. That's what they knew. I liked all three of those things. So I would read American Girl books. Sometimes I would have them with me. Other times I would just talk about them. And I had this friend. Oh gosh, she was not my friend. Uh, who was complaining because she was due to go on some sort of trip somewhere. I don't remember all the details. And it was going to be a very long ride, and they weren't allowed to have her phone, so she had absolutely nothing to do because people are connected to their phones nowadays, apparently. And so I said, "Hey, I have some books I can loan you. Like, I'll bring in some books and you can pick some out." And so she agreed. And so the bulk of my collection was American Girl books. This was before my stepmom, whom I love dearly, decided she was going to get me to read books targeted towards people my age, and she did succeed. That's another story. But so I brought in my Isabel book along with a few other American Girl books. So it was my Isabel book and my Sage book that are like the stars of this story I'm telling you. So she gets them for the summer. I'm fine with that. I'm cool with it. And we had some drama over the summer with her like saying she'd meet me somewhere and then backing out, or her suggesting we go to like the theme park, but I would have to pay to get in by myself. And it was off and on, and I was getting so mad, like so mad. Like you have no idea how mad I was at this person. And I don't remember how this text conversation started actually. I think I asked her for my books like right after the beginning of the new school year, and she brought in one because I'd given her three. I'd given her Sage, Isabel, and an Inner You multiple choice ending book to read because it was a multiple choice ending, so you know. And I was waiting and I would ask, and she's like, I'll bring them, I'll bring them. And then finally, we're texting one day. I'm like anger texting her, and she's like, I lost them. I don't have them anymore. I don't know what happened to them. I don't know if this is actually the case. Quite frankly, I don't care. But, so I showed this text. I was in tears, by the way. I was bawling to my stepmom. because my books and my dolls and my Build-A-Bears, they are all my babies. I am very attached to all three of these things. And drama ensues. Like, my stepmom had me turn over all communication with this girl to her so she could handle it because she was the adult. I was not. And Mama Bear mode came out. They went round and round and round and round and round and round, and this girl was officially terrified of my stepmom, and I was thinking, yay. Finally, it was you either buy her replacements or you give her the money for replacements. But this had gone on so long that my grandfather, he said he sat down one day and he ordered the brand new books off the American Girl website for me. He even got me the second Sage book because I did have the second Isabel book at that time. And so he replaced them for me, and she did give me the money for the replacements like a week later, which we took and used for my brother's fundraiser. But yeah, I became very selective about who I loan any books out to at all because she jaded me and worst of all, I cut ties with her and she still tried to be my friend. I'm like, I'm not your friend. You are not my friend. You lost my stuff. You've spent the entire summer making me upset. I don't like you, basically. And she still didn't get it. But then the silver lining comes in the form of my best friend, who is still my best friend to this day. So when I loan her a book, this is the positive side. When I loan my best friend a book, my best friend isn't a reader, so I typically loan her like Disney middle grade books that I have. And I have a Sarah Scribbles collection book that I like, and I loaned it to her, and we read Dork Diaries and stuff. And so when I loan her a book, she does her utmost darndest to take care of it, and she gives it back to me as soon as I ask for it. It was so funny actually because I don't have the Sarah Scribbles book with me because packing, but she'd gotten something on it. Not a lot, and it was probably like some chips or something she'd been eating, but it was on the back cover. And I pointed this out to her. I'm like, "Hey, what happened here?" Like, I wasn't mad. I just pointed it out. I'm like, "Hey, what happened?" And she took it and she cleaned it off for me. So I will gladly loan her anything, like any of my books, and she loans me. She has a few Dork Diaries books. I mean, she had one that I didn't own, and she loaned it to me so I could read it. But yeah, that's how I basically became jaded in the whole I'm never loaning a book out again situation. I mean, the I'm just I'm particularly mad about this one. I don't know why. Probably because it was the book that originally came with my Isabel, and I'm aware that all these books look the exact same, but that was the book that came with my American Girl doll. Still mad about it. Can you tell? Still mad. Alright. So, okay. Let's talk about the summer that I was so grounded from everything, except for TV, I think, that I read like 8 books in 3 days or whatever it was. I had gotten money or maybe a gift card. I don't remember what led up to this particular trip to the bookstore. Side note, when I got money or gift cards to go anywhere, like everyone hate me because I'm like, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Except now I can go on my own because I know how to Uber and I'm 21. So I got a lot of American Girl books, like a lot. I ransacked that American Girl section. And so I got this. And I knew of Nikki. I remember pictures of Nikki. Oh, look, it still says Pleasant Company inside. I'm sorry, I got distracted. Because it says published by Pleasant Company Publications, copyright 2007 by American Girl. This must have been before they started being published by Scholastic. But, yeah. I was that grounded, guys. And I don't think I have any more of the books. Oh, wait, maybe I do, because that's where some of my Kirsten books came from. But my entire bag was American Girl books. I had the Samantha's Winter Party short story. I had a Girls with Many Lands book that I no longer have. I'm looking into getting the series though, so because this was also when Isabel was a thing, and so I said I wanted Isabel books, and my stepmom was helping me look through them. And she found the Isabel book for the Of Many Lands collection. She's like, "This what you mean?" I'm like, "No, but I'll buy that. I want that. Let's get that." And I read so many books in so few days. It was ridiculous. Like, that was like my default when I got mega grounded was read. Because I got mega grounded a lot. I'm a bit of a brat. I'm being honest here. I can be very, very bratty and horrible to be around when I get upset. Not the first time I got mega grounded either. The same summer that I got my Dork Diary book collection started, I got mega grounded. I simply refer to it as mega grounded. She literally said to me, my stepmom, with the agreement of my dad, they brought me a bag and they said, "Okay, I want every single book you got for your birthday in this bag. You cannot have them until you're ungrounded." So that happened. And it was just a slow process of getting my books back. But yeah, reading became my like default thing. Like I would get grounded from TV as a child. And I'd want to watch TV. I mean, Scooby Doo and the Flintstones was on. I wanted to watch my cartoons. But I would read. I would read, and then over the tops of my book, I'd watch the TV when mom was watching stuff because I don't think she cared. Like, honestly, my poor mom, we wore her out so often that sometimes when we were around it, she's like, "Just watch TV. Don't tell your father. Just watch the Disney Channel." Or she would be sick in bed, and she got sick a lot. But I would read mostly, and then I would yak your ear off about American Girl books. Maggot groundings happened a lot, so I read a lot. There's even a really old catalog slip in here with a really old catalog picture. On a side note, they sell American Girl catalogs on eBay, like you can buy them, and I want them so bad just because old American Girl catalogs. I love American Girl stuff. Can you tell? But yeah, that's that story, which I might stitch together with my previous story.